Tonight's top stories. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. orders all concerned government agencies to make sure that all necessary assistance is provided to those affected by the habagat. The Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, is continuously providing humanitarian assistance to those reeling from the effects of the habagat. The Department of Public Works and Highways, or DPWH, and the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, continue to take steps to prevent flooding in various areas of the country. Two top military officials of the Philippines and the U.S. reaffirmed commitment to the honoring of the Mutual Defense Treaty. All these and more on PTV News Tonight. Good evening. Welcome to PTV News Tonight. Despite a week and a half of persistent and torrential rainfall, flooding in Mega Manila was not pervasive and severe as it used to be. A piece of news the president relished as he ordered a speedier distribution of relief assistance and ramped up evacuation efforts to his concerned cabinet and agency heads, especially in far-flung locations. Our Clazel Pardilla tells us more.
Non-stop rain and strong winds. These conditions were felt in various parts of Luzon over the past week. According to Pag-asa, Metro Manila received almost a month's worth of rainfall in just 9 days, with total rainfall reaching 501 millimeters. But even more rainfall was recorded in Pangasinan, Zambales, and Baguio City.
Pinakamataas na rainfall, ito po yung Baguio City, no? Pinakahuling ulat, no? From August 1 to August 9, ang recorded rainfall ay umabot ng 1,413 compared sa normal na rainfall for August na 963. So halos isa't kalahating buwan ulan ang binuhos sa 9 na araw lamang.
Despite the heavy rains, the Metro Manila Development Authority said the continuous downpour did not result in severe and widespread flooding in the National Capital Region.
Natuwa yung Pangulo dahil sa konting panahon na ito ay pinagtuunan ng pansin ay nakita po niya at nai-report nga po ni Sec Vince ang mga pagbabago lalong-lalo na dito sa Metro Manila tulad ng E. Rodriguez, G. Araneta Avenue, Espanya, Navotas and Valenzuela, yung madalas na i-report noon, hindi siya na-i-report ngayon. So pero still, may mga lugar pa rin na kailangan pa. Katulad sinabi nga ni Sec Vince, ay inuunti-unti.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has directed government agencies to ensure the delivery of assistance to all victims affected by the combined impact of the southwest monsoon, Typhoon Luis, Maymay, and Delphine.
Agad na tiyaking naabot ang lahat ng mga apektadong residente, lalong-lalo na sa malalayong lugar. Siniguro rin ng Pangulo na mabigyan ng tulong ang lahat ng mga apektado, kabilang na yung mga residenteng nakabalik sa kani-kanilang tahanan mula sa mga evacuation centers.
Data from the Office of Civil Defense show that a total of 43.87 million pesos worth of assistance has already been provided to those affected by the inclement weather. This includes food and non-food items. Search and rescue teams have also been deployed to locate 8 people who remain missing. Assistance is also being provided to the families of 12 people who died due to bad weather. So far, more than 1,300,000 individuals have been affected. Clazel Pardilla for the Nation.
While people all across the country sought shelter from the intermittent and unrelenting rainfall and government ordered its workers and students to stay home, only the DSWD relief efforts to flood victims and displaced people have kept up with the monsoon's incessant rains. Our Carlo Candelaria fills us in with more details.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, continues to deliver humanitarian assistance to families affected by the persistent rains brought by the enhanced southwest monsoon. In a briefing in Malacanang, DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian said more than 384,000 families have been affected, while over 16,000 families are currently staying in 624 evacuation centers nationwide. The DSWD has also released more than 54,000 family food packs and over 2,700 ready-to-eat food packs to affected communities. Meanwhile, nearly 1 million pesos in financial assistance has been provided through the Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situation, or AICS, including support for families who lost loved ones. Meanwhile, millions of relief supplies remain on standby to address possible additional needs. These include more than 4.9 million family food packs, 245,000 non-food items, and over 1.6 billion pesos in standby funds nationwide. According to Secretary Gatchalian, this is the country's largest stockpile since the government began implementing its system of preparing and pre-positioning relief supplies. He said that this is in line with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s directive to ensure that relief supplies are already in place before disasters strike. Meanwhile, the DSWD continues to assist families whose home were damaged through cash relief assistance under the AICS.
Yung pagkasira ng bahay, sa mata namin, lahat yan, krisis yan. But of course, yung halaga na ibinibigay namin, may augmentation pang nanggagaling sa Department of Housing. Nag-uusap kami lagi ni Secretary Aliling tungkol dyan. So pinagsasabay namin.
The DSWD is also continuing to coordinate with local government units to ensure that relief supplies and other forms of assistance reach the families who need them most.
Kami, as far as every single request that's properly vetted by the department, we are supplying all the LGUs. There's no reason na hindi namin ma-supply. As we showed you, napakalaki ng national stockpile natin for any type of disaster.
Carlo Candelaria for The Nation.
As Metro Manila and neighboring provinces gradually recover from the onslaught of the southwest monsoon or habagat, disaster authorities maintain a high alert status for ongoing monitoring of critical infrastructure and waterways, while local government units have ramped up cleanup and clearing operations across flood-affected communities. Sheila Natividad tells us more.
Relentless rainfall caused by the southwest monsoon caused floodwaters to rise in several areas across Metro Manila and neighboring provinces. In Kawit, Cavite, heavy downpour triggered strong flood currents. CCTV footage from Saturday shows a child being rescued by two men despite the strong floodwaters. The child is safe and was immediately brought to an evacuation center. This Monday, although some roads remain flooded, several thoroughfares are now passable to vehicles, a far cry from Saturday and Sunday when the flood currents were much stronger. Parts of Metro Manila were also affected by the southwest monsoon. In Marikina, the river remains under second alarm. However, the rain has eased slightly and the weather has become calmer. Meanwhile, in several residential areas, water levels reached nearly waist deep. Despite this, residents continued their cleanup efforts, including collecting debris washed in by the floodwaters. The Marikina city government has also initiated clearing and cleanup operations in creeks that handle rainwater runoff. In the city of Manila, several streets experienced gutter-deep flooding, but key thoroughfares like España Boulevard remain passable to vehicles. Along Taft Avenue, water levels were also gutter-deep but have since become passable to vehicles. Tree clearing operations were also conducted in Sampaloc and Santa Mesa after fallen trees damaged several houses. Meanwhile, in Bulacan, water overflowed at Bustos Dam due to continuous rains. Angat Dam's water level also reached 170.47 meters, exceeding its minimum operating level. As water levels rose, residents raised their belongings to higher ground while floodwaters seeped into several homes. Amid the ongoing rains, municipal and city disaster risk reduction and management offices in affected areas remain on high alert. Monitoring of rivers, dams, and flood-prone areas continue, while rescue teams stand ready for potential evacuations and immediate response for residents needing assistance. Declogging and clearing operations are also underway along canals, drainage systems, and waterways to speed up flood runoff and prevent blockages. In areas severely impacted by flooding, evacuation centers, relief goods, and rescue resources are prepared for affected families. Authorities continue to remind the public to stay alert, monitor weather and flood advisories, and evacuate immediately if directed by local officials. Sheila Natividad for The Nation.
The provincial government of Benguet is preparing for the declaration of a state of calamity as the death toll from the recent typhoons and southwest monsoon or habagat rises to 3. Governor Melchor Diclas stated that declaring a state of calamity is essential to access quick response funds for road repairs and rehabilitation, as local funding remains insufficient. As of August 9, at least 154 families or 582 individuals have been affected, with local government units and the DSWD continuing to distribute relief assistance. The DPWH Cordillera reported 141 landslides across the region, with 147 road sections affected by slips and fallen trees. With this, motorists are urged to postpone non-essential travel, warning that the soil remains saturated and landslides can occur at any time. If travel is unavoidable, travelers are advised to prepare with go bags. The Department of Public Works and Highways and the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority are intensifying their joint operations to repair road damage and mitigate flooding across Metro Manila. This as the several areas across the country continues to face heavy rainfall from the southwest monsoon or habagat. J.M. Thompson has more in this report.
The Department of Public Works and Highways or DPWH and the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority or MMDA are joining forces to address the effects of the continuous rainfall caused by the southwest monsoon. Damaged sections of EDSA and successive flooding inside and outside of Metro Manila were reported. Some parts of EDSA that were recently repaired were not spared from the heavy rain this past week. That is why Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon immediately visited the EDSA carousel section. He even came across accumulated water on several parts of the road that damaged the asphalt.
So ang nangyayari, since lowest point to ng phase 1, lahat ng tubig, kita mo naman, lahat ng tubig na bumababa dito, naiiwan. Wala kasi tayong drainage dito eh. Ideally sana, may drainage ka dito sa gitna para nagde-drain siya dito. Pero wala eh. Dahil sa mga barrier ng busway, hindi nakakalabas yung tubig.
Secretary Dizon also immediately ordered the EDSA rehab contractor to repair the potholes on the road at no cost to the government. He added that the gaps or openings will also be installed along the EDSA carousel barriers to prevent rainwater from accumulating, so that motorists and commuters will have a proper and safe thoroughfare.
We have to really correct what has been. Kung may makita tayong kamalian, kailangan ayusin natin, kailangan correct natin.
Meanwhile, the DPWH is not stopping its repairs on drainage systems and other flood control projects in the country, while dredging operations and the operation of additional pumping stations are underway, which are a great help in speeding up the recession of flood waters.
We will have to go project per project, LGU per LGU, province per province. That is what we have to do. And there is no overnight solution here. Dekada na itong problemang to na hindi maayos yung paggagawa ng mga proyektong to. So, this will take time. Pero kailangan nga tuloy-tuloy at consistent tayo.
Meanwhile, the MMDA flood control team is continuously cleaning creeks and drainages to reduce flooding, especially in flood-prone areas. Even the maintenance of pumping stations in Metro Manila is being closely monitored by the agency to ensure their continuous operation. The MMDA is monitoring various parts of Metro Manila 24/7 for roads that will be affected by the heavy rain.
Patuloy po tayong nag-dredge ng mga waterways. Lumaki po yung carrying capacity niya at bumilis po yung daloy ng tubig. At yan po ay patuloy po nating ginagawa. Maraming lansangan na dati po konting ulan ay malalim at hindi passable tulad ng Espanya, yung ating pong Shaw Underpass, yung Aurora at Pitwason Underpass ay passable po despite the heavy rains.
The DPWH and MMDA reminded the public once again that the cooperation of our fellow citizens is a big help by exercising discipline when it comes to disposing of trash in the proper bins to maintain an orderly, clean, and safe environment for everyone. J.M. Thompson for The Nation.
Navotas and Valenzuela have seen the help of government flood control projects successfully control or mitigate flood waters in their areas. This despite the continuous rainfall allowing residents to avoid critical flood levels and ensuring that city operations remain manageable. Vel Custodio details this report.
Lily has been living in Navotas for 4 decades. She has personally witnessed the impact of government's flood control projects in preventing or quickly reducing flood in the area.
Taas ang baha, Gaano kataas?
Hanggang may gituhod, gano'n. Hanggang minsan, hanggang to, may git. Ngayon,
Wala nang baha.
hindi na ako binabaha.
Angelina Flores, meanwhile, recalls the difficulty she and others experienced when flooding was still a common problem in the city, especially because she lives near the coastline.
Grabe po, baha. Baha po talaga, as in, talagang hindi na po kami makalabas ng bahay or yung makapasok sa school, sa trabaho. Dati nga po napag-anuhan pa kami na lulubog ang Navotas, mawawala sa mapa, pero awa po ng Diyos ngayon.
She says the construction of a dike and pumping station in the area has brought great relief.
Wala na, okay na po talaga. Pag binuksan po yung bombastic, okay na, wala na, parang wala na pong nangyari. Lalo na sa lahat ng pinagdaanan namin dati, sobrang na-appreciate po namin kung ano po meron kami dito sa Navotas.
Navotas City has 92 pumping stations. One of those is a pumping station in Barangay Daanghari with 2 cubic meters per second capacity.
So kung makikita po ninyo, di lang naman problema natin pag umuulan. Nakita po niyo isang critical na bahagi ng flood control po natin, itong dike po natin. So imagine po ninyo sa lakas ng alon na yan, dati wala pong dike, pasok po lahat ng tubig. At dahil may dike naman, pag umulan, kailangan mabomba natin yung tubig ulan. Well, unang-una, syempre, papasalamat tayo sa mahal na Pangulong BBM, kay Sec Vince Dizon at kay Kong Toby sa patuloy na pagsuporta dito sa mga programa po natin sa flood control.
Despite the relentless rainfall, no evacuees were recorded in Navotas City as flood waters did not rise critical levels.
Sa 3 araw po na to, wala tayong evacuees dahil sa bagyo, dahil nga hindi naman po tayo nagkatubig doon sa mga kali po natin. Although binantayan natin yung mga areas ng ganito, mga bahay dito dahil talaga napalakas ng hangin. Pero hindi naman kailangan lumikas.
Navotas City Mayor John Ray Tiangco also appealed to residents to dispose of their garbage properly to prevent trash from clogging the pipes and allow floodwaters to flow out into the sea. Meanwhile, floodwaters quickly subsided in Valenzuela City. Residents said floodwaters rose only to ankle level despite the continuous rainfall.
Pag malakas yung ulan, bumabaha lagi sa kalsada. Pero sandali lang naman. Pag hinto ng ulan, bumababa din naman. Sinong nakaraan taon, tagal bumaba yung tubig, ngayon mabilis na bumaba.
Nauupa agad. Kanina nga hanggang dito yung tubig umupa naman kaagad.
Almost no flooding was observed along the entire stretch of MacArthur Highway in Valenzuela City as of 4 p.m., except in some portions of the Landanan where floodwaters reached gutter deep. This was also attributed to the Tulyahan River not overflowing. In an interview with Radio Pilipinas, Valenzuela City Mayor Wes Gatchalian said the city continues to operate its 32 pumping station and deploy mobile water pumps to drain floodwaters into the Tulyahan River and Manila Bay. Around 50 families are staying in evacuation centers. Most of those evacuated are residents of low-lying areas. The Valenzuela city government has also started distributing go bags and disaster kits as part of its preparations for the southwest monsoon and other typhoons that may enter the country. Vel Custodio for The Nation.
There is no let-up from the excess precipitation. An enhanced southwest monsoon has been dumping all across the nation over the last week and a half. A reported 500 millimeters of rain are equal to a typical month's worth of rainfall, which fell in a span of 9 days, which has drenched the megacity and elsewhere in widespread flooding. And in the city and the valley, LGU officials led by Mayor Teodoro are keeping close tabs on the Marikina River, whose water level has climbed to an alarming 18 meters. As we hear this JM Thompson report.
Heavy rainfall is being experienced in several parts of the country due to the effects of the southwest monsoon, with rain pouring non-stop over the past week. Reports of flooding have been coming in from all over, especially in flood-prone areas. Local governments and various government agencies are closely monitoring the situation to ensure residents are safe amidst the continuous rain. The alarm status of Marikina River was lowered to first alarm at 1 o'clock early this morning. However, due to the continuous downpour, the water level rose once again and is now at second alarm status. The local government of Marikina remains on standby to monitor the impact of the heavy rains in the city. Marikina City Mayor Maan Teodoro and 1st District Representative Marcelino Teodoro are also closely monitoring the situation to be able to immediately provide assistance to residents affected by the bad weather. Cleanup operations by the local government are also underway in several areas to help speed up the recession of floodwaters in the city.
Ang mga personnel natin ngayon ay hindi lang in full alert kundi talagang in motion na sila, no? Nakahanda naman lahat. Pati ang mga evacuation natin, yung protocol ay in place at lahat ng pati mga volunteer natin dito sa Marikina ay in place na rin. Tumutulong na sila, yung mga supplies natin.
According to the latest update from Marikina City 2nd District Representative Attorney Miro Kimbo, the operations of additional mobile pumps from the DPWH and MMDA are continuing to drain floodwater into Tumana Creek.
Mababa na po yung ilog. Kitang-kita na po yung railing natin, yung sa ating road dike. At kita nyo po tuloy-tuloy po yung pagpapump out ng ating mga tubig na nanggagaling sa Tumana Creek. Tuloy-tuloy lang po natin ito gagawin. Laki na nga po nakukonsumong gasolina pero kailangan po talaga.
Meanwhile, several residents along Marcos Alvarez in Las Piñas City noticed that the rainwater receded much faster in their area. Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon ordered to continue dredging operations, cleaning of creeks, and the uninterrupted operation of pumping stations to help lower floodwaters.
So there's a formula. Kailangan natin ng floodgate, dredge, HDPE, pumping station. Last year, lampas tao ba sa GR neto? Kahit paano, hindi umabot sa gutter yung ulan. Just have to replicate in all areas. So it's possible.
The agencies have not stopped coordinating with every city affected by the southwest monsoon to ensure everyone's safety, while operations to lower floodwaters continue, especially in flood-prone areas. J.M. Thompson for The Nation.
Water levels in several dams across Luzon continue to rise following a week of persistent rain brought by the southwest monsoon or habagat. According to Pag-asa data as of this morning, water releases are underway at Ambuklao Dam in Benguet with 7 gates open. Binga Dam also in Benguet with 6 gates open, and Ipo Dam in Bulacan with 1 gate open. In the meantime, La Mesa Dam's water level has reached 79.92 meters, nearing its 80.15 meters spilling level. Residents in low-lying areas near the Tuliahan River, including Fairview, Forest Hills, Quirino Highway, Santa Quiteria, and San Bartolome in Quezon City, are advised to remain vigilant against potential flooding. Additionally, while the water level at Angat Dam has increased by over 8 meters to 170.47 meters, it still remains below its normal high level of 210 meters.
The Philippine Coast Guard or PCG is continuously preparing and conducting response operations in areas impacted by the inclement weather. PCG spokesperson Commodore Noemi Cayabyab reported that the agency is actively monitoring ports to assist stranded passengers and coordinating with local disaster risk reduction offices to provide necessary support. The PCG also assisted in evacuation operations and providing free transport services to affected individuals. The agency is also busy conducting road clearing operations while collaborating with the Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD to distribute family food packs to affected households. On sea travel, Commodore Cayabyab issued a clear warning and advised to the public and fisherfolk to postpone all maritime trips until conditions improve. The proposed 2027 national budget, aka National Expenditure Plan, has been turned over to the President, who, along his finance people, will pour over all line items and corresponding numbers, after which the House gets next dibs tomorrow when it receives its copies. Meanwhile, a new Health Department Secretary has been tapped to replace erstwhile Chief Jose Pojalte Jr. Our Clazer Padilla has more on the 2027 NAP submission and the country's new health czar.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has received the 3.2 trillion pesos National Expenditure Program for next year. DBM Secretary Kim De Leon turned over the National Expenditure Program, or the administration's proposed national budget for 2027, to President Marcos. According to Palace Press Officer Claire Castro, the budget focuses on programs and projects for education, health, livelihoods, security, and strengthening communities.
Layunin nitong gawing mas kapaki-pakinabang ang bawat pisong pampublikong pondo sa pamamagitan ng mas mahusay na serbisyo at mas maraming oportunidad para sa mga Pilipino.
Public Works and Highways Secretary Vince Dizon earlier said the NEP already includes funding for flood control projects, which are critical to help reduce flooding in the country. The NEP will formally be submitted to Congress tomorrow, August 11, as a next step in the deliberation of the national budget. Malacanang also announced today the appointment of PhilHealth President and CEO Dr. Edwin Mercado as the new Secretary of the Department of Health. He will replace outgoing Health Secretary Briggs Pujalte. Pujalte's name was recently linked to alleged gambling at casinos. He also faces graft and grave misconduct complaints over allegations that he delayed the procurement of tuberculosis medicines to favor a particular supplier. Pujalte denied the allegation.
Ang naipaabot sa atin ay kusang nag-resign si Dr. Pujalte, si Secretary Pujalte, dahil na rin sa kanyang kalusugan.
Meanwhile, Dr. Beverly Lorraine Ho has been named as the new PhilHealth Chief. Clazel Pardilia for The Nation.
Meralco consumers may expect a slight decrease in their August electric bills. This as Meralco power rate adjustment is effective this month. The overall electricity rate has been trimmed by 0.0428 pesos or a little over 4 centavos per kilowatt hour, setting the new total rate at 14.78 pesos per kilowatt hour. With this, typical residential consumers with 100 kilowatt hour monthly consumption may expect 4 pesos and 28 centavos less in their bills, 8 pesos and 56 centavos less for a 200 kilowatt hour consumption, and 12 pesos and 84 cents less for 300 kilowatt hours. This adjustment is primarily driven by the 9.5 billion peso refund recently approved by the Energy Regulatory Commission, or ERC. And in other news, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, or BIR, is beginning to review its systems, including the tax table and income tax returns. This to prepare for when the proposal to raise the income tax exemption threshold from 250,000 pesos to 350,000 pesos becomes law. Investors are also expected to be more encouraged to invest in the country if the minimum corporate income tax is removed. These are among the measures of the Marcos Jr. administration aimed at providing relief to workers and businesses in the country.
Fuel prices are set to drop again starting tomorrow, August 11, giving motorists a second straight week of relief following the steep price hikes in late July. Energy Secretary Sharon Garin announced the latest price rollbacks during a press conference on Monday. Gasoline prices will go down by at least 4 pesos and 70 centavos per liter. Diesel prices will drop by at least 4 pesos and 30 centavos per liter. Meanwhile, kerosene prices will be cut by at least 4 pesos and 88 centavos per liter. The new prices will take effect on Tuesday, August 11, and will remain in effect through August 17. GSIS members, listen up. A financial lifeline is available to all those who have been hit hard or suffered the adverse effects of the recent spate of extreme weather disturbances over the last week and a half. As per the latest statement from the Government Insurance Fund, qualified members or pensioners are entitled to an emergency loan of up to 40,000 pesos, while those who have yet to avail of such loan can borrow up to 20,000 pesos. Senior and or disability pensioners are also encouraged to apply for as long as their net monthly pensions after loan deductions are at least 22% of their gross monthly pensions. These emergency loans carry a 6% per annum interest payable in 3 years.
Several local and provincial government units across the country has announced the suspension of classes at all levels in both public and private schools on Tuesday, August 11. This due to inclement weather affecting the following areas: Marikina City and Caloocan City in Metro Manila, Abra and Benguet in the Cordillera Administrative Region. Classes are also suspended in Laguna and various areas of Cavite. Various areas of Bulacan have also announced class suspension, including Bugalyon and San Carlos in Pangasinan, Hermosa, Bataan, and Bawang and San Gabriel in La Union. Residents from other areas not mentioned in this report are advised to watch out for an update from the respective LGUs. Stay tuned for more stories that matter only here on PTV News Tonight. Don't move a muscle.
PTV Consumer Watch. Bantay presyo sa gasolina. Disaster Watch. Alamin ang mga dapat ilagay sa go bag bilang paghahanda sa sakuna. Maglagay ng tubig na maiinom at mga pagkaing hindi madaling masira. Maglaan ng espasyo para sa first aid kit at survival kit para sa mga hindi inaasahang pangyayari. Huwag kalimutan ang toiletries para mapanatili ang kalinisan ng katawan. Samahan din ng mga damit at beddings na magtatagal ng ilang araw. At para ligtas at may alam, magdala ng mga teknikal na gamit. Sa panahon ng kalamidad, dapat laging listo. Wikang nag-uugnay sa bawat isa ay wikang nagpapalakas sa ating bansa. At mabuting kasangkapan sa pagpapayabo ng ating kaalaman. Mahalin natin ito, gamitin at pagyamanin. Maligayang buwan ng wika, mga kababayan!
Sa pagbabalik ng aksyon laban sa kahirapan, patuloy nating ilalahad ang mga kwento ng hamon at tagumpay na hinaharap ng ating bansa, katuwang ang National Anti-Poverty Commission. Ako po si Diane Guerrer. Samahan niyo ako tuwing umaga sa Rise and Shine Pilipinas. One nation, one flag, one people, unity in eradicating poverty. Aksyon laban sa kahirapan, coming soon, dito lang sa inyong People's Television.
Tinututukan at pinag-uusapan mga saloobin ng taong bayan sa paglilitis ng Vice Presidente.
I think it's very inappropriate na ginawa niya yung mga ganong comments considering that she's the Vice President.
Sa akin po masama po siya na gawin ganon. Sabihin yung mga ganong word, di po normal kasi sila po yung nasa taas.
Dapat bilang opisyal ng gobyerno mataas, gumawa sila ng tamang hakbang.
Sa mga batas, siyempre mananagot.
Kung ano yung magiging consequences nung sinabi niya dun sa mga batas na nakaakma, ibibigay sa kanya yun.
Ayun po kasi ang basehan pagdating sa husgado. Yung matibay po talagang ebidensya eh.
Dapat law-abiding citizen tayo, public official tayo. Tayo mismo dapat yung maging ehemplo.
Is it a yes or a no? Are you anti or pro? Pagdating sa mga isyung panlipunan, stay woke or go broke?
Basta relevant, napapanahon at makabuluhan para sa kabataan.
Pag-usapan natin yan sa
Schoolmates! the country's longest-running youth forum and debate show on TV.
Join ka na sa masayang usapan every Thursday dito lang sa PTV.
Tutukan ang mga solusyon at aksyon sa mga isyu ng bayan at programa ng pamahalaan para sa bagong Pilipinas. Kasama ang ating Presidential Advisor for Poverty Alleviation, Larry Gato, live dito lang sa PTV.
Home is where your health journey begins.
Huwag palampasin ang weekly health advice mula sa mga eksperto. Masasarap at masusustansyang recipe. Guided exercises to boost your fitness levels. Tips to keep our fur babies happy and healthy. At iba-ibang fun activities na perfect pang-bonding ng buong pamilya.
Ito po si Niña Corpus. Samahan niyo kami tuwing Sabado alas 7 ng umaga para sa simula ng healthier and happier lifestyle ng buong pamilya.
Health at home. Dito lang sa inyong People's Television.
U.S. Undersecretary of War for Policy Elbridge Colby underscored a strengthened and modernized defense partnership with the Philippines during his recent visit, confirming the deployment of 4 U.S. Coast Guard vessels to assist in West Philippine Sea patrols, alongside the approval of upcoming large-scale joint military exercises. This ahead of the 75th anniversary of the Mutual Defense Treaty. Patrick De Jesus has the full report.
4 fast response cutters are part of the United States rotational deployment in the Philippines. According to U.S. Undersecretary of War for Policy Elbridge Colby, these vessels will serve as partners of the Philippine Coast Guard in patrolling the West Philippine Sea. In the maritime cooperative activities conducted in recent months, these U.S. Coast Guard vessels have already participated. Colby also assured the continuing support of the United States for the Philippines in terms of resilient infrastructure and the operation of the 9 EDCA sites in the country.
Here in the Philippines, our alliance is undergoing a historic modernization rooted in profound mutual respect. This is not a one-sided partnership. The Philippines is stepping up, taking the lead to defend itself, and investing more to modernize its military and Coast Guard.
The United States is also not leaving Asia. According to Colby, the U.S. presence in the region is based on disciplined and necessary strategic prioritization.
We are replacing the hollow, merely symbolic engagement of previous decades with a formidable, resource-backed posture calibrated to actual structural realities.
The U.S. official also emphasized that its partner nations still need to focus on their own modernization efforts to defend their territories.
Our priority is to field a fully operational, resilient architecture of denial defense stretching along the first island chain. Yet this defense architecture cannot rest on American shoulders alone.
Part of Colby's visit to the Philippines was a courtesy call on President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. at the Palace, together with Assistant Secretary of War for Indo-Pacific Security Affairs John No.
We have a lot of U.S. visitors, U.S. officials coming to the Philippines on a regular basis. And we will have more of that in the coming months, and I guess in the next year or so, because of the many things that we're doing. We have the economic ties, we have the defense ties.
Meanwhile, large-scale exercises and other engagements between the Philippine and U.S. Armed Forces for next year have already been approved. The approval was formalized through an 8-star memo signed by Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff General Antonio Navarrete and U.S. Pacific Command Commander Admiral Samuel Paparo. The two officials also reaffirmed during the annual Mutual Defense Board Security Engagement Board held at Camp Aguinaldo, the Mutual Defense Treaty between the Philippines and the United States, which will mark its 75th anniversary this month. Patrick De Jesus for The Nation.
San Juan City Mayor Francis Zamora has come up with a gem of an idea, a drainage master scheme to integrate each city's drainage plans whose waterways are all interlinked. This as the DPWH's kontrabaha operations have made a dent, especially in those living in perennial flood hotspots in the megacity like along G. Araneta Avenue in Quezon City. Our Gab Humilde has more.
Alexis has been a resident near G. Araneta Avenue in Barangay Tatalon, Quezon City for almost 2 decades. According to him, during the rainy season, flooding in their area used to last for 3 to 4 hours whenever the San Juan River overflowed. Now, it only takes about an hour for the floodwaters in their area to subside, thanks to the ongoing dredging in the river.
Ginawa nila dyan, malaki naman kasi mabilis bumaba yung tubig eh. Yung ginawa nila dyan na yung drainage.
Meanwhile, Marie expressed the hardships they suffered whenever their area flooded, as floodwaters would reach chest deep, especially when Typhoon Karina hit. Also because of the government's off-plan kontrabaha, her anxiety that floodwaters would enter their house has been reduced.
Salamat sa Diyos, dito naman naisipan na ipagawa ng ganyan kasi malaking tulong din po sa amin na mga dito nakatira.
Meanwhile, the Department of Public Works and Highways or DPWH has deployed their heavy-duty flood mitigating pump to Alido Bridge along Zapote River in Las Piñas City to mitigate rising water levels and keep residents and communities safe. According to Metro Manila Council President and San Juan City Mayor Francis Zamora, having a drainage master plan in Metro Manila is crucial. He said cities must integrate their plans into their drainage planning because waterways in the National Capital Region are interconnected. Proper planning for the construction of pumping stations is also necessary, placing them in the right locations with proper coordination between the DPWH and the LGUs.
We need more infrastructure projects. We need to improve drainage systems. Lakihan po ito because meron pa rin mga ibang drainage systems sa Metro Manila na maliliit pa. So yung volume ng tubig ay hindi niya kinakaya. So kailangan lakihan po ang mga drainage systems para yung volume ng tubig mas malaki ang kayanin niya. Ang mga LGUs naman po will be supportive always of any intervention that will help our people. Kasi at the end of the day po, kami po ang hahanapan ng aksyon ng aming mga mamamayan. Pag may baha, kami naman po ang pupuntahan. Kami po ang lalapitan ng ating mga mamamayan. So we really need to closely coordinate always with each other when it comes to infrastructure projects.
He added that Metro Manila residents must also be disciplined regarding waste disposal, which is cited as one of the reasons for flooding in the NCR. One of the steps taken by the MMC is passing a resolution that updates their ordinances on waste disposal to increase fines for improper disposal, where fines for those caught dumping trash in undesignated areas will reach up to 5,000 pesos.
But now at 5,000 pesos, dito nga po sa San Juan, first, second, third, or any subsequent offense nyo, pagdating sa maling pagtapon ng basura, 5,000 piso agad ang multa. So ito po yung ginagawa natin upang madisiplina ating mga mamamayan. At dapat na, ako for me, dapat even without any penalty, even without any ordinance, dapat matuto na po tayo sapagkat ang disiplinang isa sa buhay natin ay makakatulong nga po upang maiwasan na rin natin ang pagbabaha na ating nararanasan.
Mayor Zamora has a message for the public as the effects of the southwest monsoon or habagat continue in Metro Manila.
Sa mga kababayan natin sa Metro Manila, ang nais ko pong ipaabot sa inyo, ang inyo pong mga lokal na pamahalaan, katuwang po ang ating pamahalang nasyonal ay nagtatrabaho ng mabuti para ho maibsan ang problema ng pagbabaha. Alam po natin, kasalukuyan pa rin natin nararanasan po ang pagbabaha, ngunit tuloy-tuloy rin po ang aming pagsusumikap upang mabawasan po ito. May mga tungkulin din po kaming dapat kampanan upang siguraduhin ang mga proyekto at programa para po maibsan ang pagbabaha ay nagagawa po ng tapat at maayos at ang lahat ng pondo na inilalaan po para dito ay dapat po mapakinabangan po ng ating mga mamamayan.
Gab Humilde Villegas for the nation.
The first parliamentary elections for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region for Muslim Mindanao was postponed 4 years ago and 4 times all told. Originally set for May 2022, the BARM polls was first reset to May 2025, then to October 13 that year, and thereafter on March 30, which the poll body backed on account of ill-preparedness. Now there is no more excuse for the Comelec on any form of stoppage from the polls set finally for September 14, as Arshila Natividad reports.
1 month before the BARM parliamentary elections, Comelec provided a sneak peek of its data center in Parañaque City. The 3 data centers located in Makati and Parañaque will serve as Comelec's main hubs to receive, process, store, and back up votes transmitted from automated counting machines. Security is also strict at the facility. Prohibited items include cameras and cell phones that could be used to take photos or videos inside the data center.
Meron po itong level ng security na kung saan hindi rin naman pwede na hanggang sa kaloob-looban ay pwedeng pasukin ng kahit na sino. Dahil nga sa napaka-crucial na ito ay hindi naaabot ng tao o nahahawakan ng kahit na sino-sino lamang. Diyan natin ipapakita na pwede niyong pagkatiwalaan at ito ay secure ang lahat ng server ng komisyon.
Comelec Chairperson George Erwin Garcia also assured that the BARM parliamentary elections will proceed on the scheduled date, despite reports and speculation that it might be delayed. Garcia emphasized that there are currently no legal impediments preventing the election from taking place.
Tuloy na tuloy po ang ating BARM parliamentary elections sa September 14. Wala na pong makakapigil sa kasalukuyan. Wala pong restraining order mula sa Korte Suprema. Gusto ni Komisyon, bago matapos ang buwan na ito, nakapag-deploy na tayo sa lahat ng gamit na gagamitin sa araw ng elections.
Meanwhile, on the issue of peace and order, the poll body continues to coordinate with the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police as part of election preparations. According to the Commission, areas considered under the red category or with higher security concerns continue to decrease. No location in BARM is currently considered necessary to be placed under Comelec control. In line with this, Comelec reminded voters to be discerning of the information they see and hear ahead of the elections.
Napaka-critical ito na dapat ay magkaroon tayo ng mas malawakang voters education campaign. Alam kung paano boboto, sino iboboto at paano boboto tayo ng tama.
Comelec will also hold a final command conference in Maguindanao this coming August 25 as part of final coordination and security preparations before the election. Sheila Natividad for The Nation.
Something's fishy in the 7th district of Cebu province, which has caught the eye of Ombudsman Jesus Crispin Remulla, who is on an inspection trip of flood control projects in the province. The district in his crosshair has received around 15 billion pesos over 6 years to mitigate flooding under its town. But with little success, a contractor who received 15 billion pesos in contracts is also up for questioning, as we hear this report. The flood control projects allocated in Cebu over the past 6 years are worth around 60 billion pesos, according to Ombudsman Jesus Crispin Remulla. He said around 25% of this amount went to the 7th district of the province. Remulla added that 25% of the amount went to a single contractor.
That should be a lot of money to control the flooding. But apparently, the past month, flooding happened again here in Cebu. So we have to look at what's happening. Is it the design? Is it the execution? Or is it just corruption? Titingnan natin and we will find out and we will know.
He said they will first prioritize areas that were flooded, where they will assess how effective the flood control projects have been. He said they are focusing on gathering evidence which needs to be strong. According to Remulla, the Ombudsman Visayas is set to file cases in connection with this. Remulla also conducted an inspection in Cebu. He visited the Marikina River flood control project. He said they will look into the entire region, including the Office of the Regional Director of the Department of Public Works and Highways, as well as the district engineers and their respected outputs.
We're looking at the whole Visayas, no? Eastern Visayas is an area of focus. Bohol, we're looking at some areas of Bohol. Tacloban, we're looking at Tacloban, specifically because the speaker came from Tacloban and was able to pour in a lot of money to Tacloban. And we know that Negros Oriental already has its own flood control projects.
Remulla emphasized the importance of assessing each specific area when it comes to flood control projects. Rod Lagusad from The Nation.
Search, rescue, and retrieval operations are in progress in Barangay Gisad, Surong, Baguio City after a landslide buried 3 houses. 4 people have been reported dead, while 3 others were rescued and brought to a hospital for medical treatment. 2 victims have also been retrieved, including a 2-year-old girl, while authorities continue to search for the remaining missing individuals. Authorities say heavy rainfall and strong winds are hampering the rescue operations, while heavy equipment cannot enter the area because of the narrow access road. Residents living near the landslide-prone area have also been advised to evacuate as a precaution and to call 911 in case of emergencies.
5 individuals were rescued after being swept away by raging floodwaters in Lipas City, Batangas, with the Philippine Coast Guard using only rubber boats to reach those trapped. Flooding also hit several areas in Batangas City, Bawan, Mabini, and Tanawan, prompting the Lipas City government to conduct dredging operations to improve water flow. Meanwhile, more than 700,000 families across Calabarzon have been affected by unrelenting rains brought by the southwest monsoon and tropical depression Maymay. The DSWD Field Offices 4A has deployed more than 1.1 million family food packs worth over 745 million pesos and continues to coordinate with the local governments to provide assistance to affected families.
We'll now give you the latest buzz here at Pop Culture Corner. First up, K-pop superstars Big Bang are set to release a new digital single titled Big on August 19, marking their first new group music in more than 4 years. The comeback will feature members G-Dragon, Taeyang, and Daesung following their last group release, Still Life, in April 2022. The new single will arrive just days before their 20th anniversary world tour 20 Cosmos, which will kick off in South Korea on August 21 and include a Manila stop in February 2027. Debuting in 2006, Big Bang has become one of the South Korea's most influential boy bands, known for hits such as Haru Haru, Bang Bang Bang, and Fantastic Baby. Singer-actress Nikki Hill has achieved another academic milestone after graduating from SOFA Design Institute with a Bachelor of Science in Interior Design. She graduated with the highest distinction and was also recognized as a Best Thesis awardee, with her family present during the graduation ceremony. The degree marks Nikki's second college degree following her English Literature degree from Ateneo de Manila University in 2009. Nikki previously shared her interest in interior design and was inspired by her mother, who is also an interior design graduate, as well as her family's experience in renovating and selling houses. Nadine Lustre has made her return to the music industry with the release of her latest single, Personal. The track marks her first music release since her 2023 album, Overgrown, following several years' focus on acting and other business ventures. Personal carries a message about staying unfazed by negativity and criticism, with Nadine repeatedly singing the line, "Won't take it personal." The release fulfills Nadine's earlier promise to make music again after she shared that she missed writing songs and spending time in the studio.
National team standouts Annie Ramirez and Kimberly Custodio successfully defended their respective titles at the JJIF World Championships currently underway in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. 3-time Asian champion Annie Ramirez once again ruled out the adult female under 57 kilogram division, claiming her second consecutive World Championship title and 3rd overall in her career. Philippine team veteran Kimberly Custodio also made her mark, capturing her 4th JJIF World title after topping the adult female under 45 kilogram category. After 8 days of competition, the Philippines currently ranks 5th in the adults Jiu-Jitsu World Rankings with 2 gold, 2 silver, and 6 bronze medals. Before the national team veterans took the mat, the Philippine youth squad also delivered a strong performance, collecting 11 medals at the World Youth Championships, also held in Abu Dhabi last week. Alexandra Ann Diaz ruled the women's 49 kilogram youth division after sweeping 3 gold medals at the 2026 Asian Youth and Junior Weightlifting Championships in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Diaz topped both the snatch and clean and jerk events to claim the overall gold in the youth category. She lifted 77 kilograms in the snatch and 92 kilograms in the clean and jerk for a total of 169 kilograms. Diaz also secured 2 bronze medals in the junior category after posting a 77 kilogram snatch and a 169 kilogram total. Other Filipino lifters also made their mark in the competition. Althea Bacaro claimed 2 gold medals in the youth women's 45 kilogram division, while Charms R. Colonia bagged 1 bronze and 2 medals in the youth men's 55 kilogram division.
The tropical cyclone outside the Philippine area of responsibility, Tropical Storm Palo, was located at 3,000 kilometers northeast of extreme northern Luzon, with maximum sustained winds of 75 kilometers per hour near the center and a gustiness of up to 90 kilometers per hour. It is moving eastward at 35 kilometers per hour. This will have no effect on the country as it is far and will not enhance the southwest monsoon. With this, Metro Manila, La Union, Benguet, Pangasinan, Zambales, Bataan, Tarlac, Pampanga, Bulacan, Rizal, Cavite, Batangas, and Occidental Mindoro may expect and bring occasional rains. In the meantime, Western Visayas, the rest of the Ilocos region, the rest of the Cordillera Administrative Region, and the rest of Cagayan Valley, as well as the rest of Mimaropa, the rest of Central Luzon, and the rest of Calabarzon may experience cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms caused by the southwest monsoon. And the country may expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. And before we end our newscast, please take the time to like, subscribe, or share PTV's social media pages flashing on your screen right now. It would go a long way and we would truly appreciate it. And so goes PTV News Tonight's roundup of tomorrow's headline stories.
I'm Rod Lagusad.
I'm Sharms Espina.
Join us again tomorrow on PTV News Tonight.